lords and ladies, to an all-new episode of the Gray's Taproom podcast. I am your co-host, Queen of the Trash Can Tabby. And with me, as always, my co-host, Mike, to the pit!
Dilly!
In this episode, we are going to be talking about medieval torture. I don't know why I did that. I'm excited.
This is kind of new for us.
It is.
This isn't a movie or a beer review or...
Having fun, hanging out, acting dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a serious...
Yeah.
We'll make it funny.
We could... Oh, yeah. It's totally going to be...
I'll find the joke somewhere.
You're going to find it somewhere. Yeah.
Like when we get to the... what is the bull? The iron bull?
That...
I want to smoke meat in that. I want to put...
There was plenty of meat that was smoked in that.
I want to put a brisket in it.
Of course you do. You and all the other dads out there.
Hey, brisket's good. Put some ribs in there.
Ribs were in there at one point in time.
Well, pork ribs.
Oh. Well, depending on how big the person was. Could have been.
Not that kind of pig.
Oh, okay.
It's a fat person.
I know, that's what I was saying.
Put the pig in there. No, not him. The actual pig.
The pig goes, me? But no, on this episode, we are going to be talking about the medieval torture. Like I said before, super excited about this one because there's some really gruesome, cruel, and painful methods of torture in history.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Some 1,000 years ago.
Forever and a day.
Oh. When was the Middle Ages? Was
12th,
that 13s?
12th to 15th century.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, we're in the 21st, 22nd. 21st.
Hold on.
We're in the 21st century right now.
Buck Rogers.
So that was a while ago. I mean, we're almost...
It was 700-800 years ago.
That was a long time ago. Anyway, so talking about, in particular, the increasingly sadistic methods of torture, and it just started to... It just kind of came about. It was driven by a desire to either get confessions from their victims or to just enforce punishment and inflict pain.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So some methods of torture were popularly associated with the Middle Ages that aren't grounded in truth. The Iron Maiden, for example, a cage lined with deadly iron spikes. Now I see what you were doing.
That's what I was waiting.
Now I see what you were doing.
Every time it gets mentioned, that button's going to get hit.
Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. Good job. Good job. Bravo. So, the cage that was lined with the deadly iron spikes, it appears in countless films and literature, as well as entertainment, dungeons across the globe. But it was actually a Victorian fabrication to suggest the Middle Ages were more brutal than Victorian times.
Yeah.
So, I have picked out 8 gruesome forms of medieval torture.
Okay.
I've picked out 8. So, we can go back and forth and talk about it.
Absolutely.
So, do you know what the rack is?
I've heard of it. I'm not familiar with it.
Okay, so the rack it's just a simple torture device. It was introduced.
That's the stockade. Stocks.
Yeah, the rack is the one where they put them on a like a table, and then they pull their arms and legs.
William Wallace.
Yeah.
William Wallace got racked.
So it was introduced in the Tower of London in 1420 by the Duke of Exeter. I can't spell.
Duke
of Exeter. That doesn't work, but
I know.
Good shot. It was popular due to its capability to inflict excruciating pain with the aim of extorting confessions. Often false from prisoners. Prisoners will give up confessions because it was so painful just to give up confessions so that they
didn't want to get ripped apart.
Exactly. So the victim was tied to a wooden structure, either a wooden board or a ladder, as a system of cranks that were turned tightened the ropes that restrained the victim's limbs, stretching them beyond endurance.
Did you know that after Sir William Wallace, hail to the king, baby, after what they did with each limb,
They didn't. Did they? They racked him with horses, though, didn't they?
No, he was. It was pulled.
I thought they racked him
No,
with
it
horses.
was cranked.
Oh, okay. It was the crank rack.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not the. It's not the horse rack. No, that is the horse. That's called the rack. I think. I don't remember what it was called.
I think there was different methods to it.
Yeah, but I know that there was one where 4 horses each had the
Yeah.
rider had it tied to and they rode and
Yeah.
ripped him.
Or
apart.
there was 2 versions of it, but it
Yeah.
was the same thing. It was
Right.
called the same. There's just 2
Okay.
different ways to execute it.
So,
But
what
William
happened to-
William Wallace, each limb, part of him was placed at a corner of Scotland.
yeah, and his head was in the middle, wasn't it?
Yep.
That's what I thought. I've never seen the movie, but I do remember that part.
We will be watching. We're on vacation this week. We will be watching Braveheart.
There's a lot of movies we're going to be watching this week.
It's going to
When we
rain
have
half the time.
I know, that's true.
We will be watching Braveheart. That
I mean-
movie rules.
I'm okay with it. I'm going to cry, aren't I?
You might.
I
It's
might.
a long fucking movie.
I might.
Spoiler.
I also cry at almost every movie that I watch, so that's not scary or funny.
You cried like me when Dewey died in Scream 5.
I did, didn't I?
I bawled.
I didn't bawl. I
You
just
cried,
teared
I
up.
bawled.
I teared up.
I threw up. I was so sad. But any hoodles. That was torture. Scream 5 is torture.
My burps are now torture. Ooh.
Yeah. It came my way.
Sorry,
fan
I
is
ate
working
the bean
against me.
burrito. Oh, the prepackaged frozen bean burritos.
They are good.
I'm going to be farting up a storm later. You are in for trouble tonight, sir.
Yep. Well, what else is new?
Drink some alcohol, you'll forget. Then you'll remember when I fart, and then you'll forget again.
It'll kill all my senses.
Yep. No. There was a bean that said hello on that one.
Hello. Is it bean
No.
you're looking for?
No, get back in there. So the torture of the rack would often leave the victims unable to walk. So in the case of the religious reformer Anne Askew, who was condemned for hearsay in 1546, her experience on the rack left her immobile and needing to be carried by a chair to the stake to be burned alive. Ooh. I mean,
That's...
I mean, it's not going to kill you unless it rips your appendages off and you bleed to death. But I don't think that they would get to that point unless they really didn't get any answers or a confession.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make you taller really quick,
Yeah?
really quickly.
Yeah.
Um,
There's I don't want to sign up for history.com. Stop it. I found this one. It's from the 16th and 17th centuries. It's called The Scavenger's Daughter.
okay.
Uh,
Sounds familiar.
Yeoman wanderers at the Tower of London also used the Scavenger's Daughter as a torture device. The Scavenger's Daughter was a metal frame
Oh,
that
hold on,
compressed the
hold on.
victim's body in on itself.
Okay, I thought it might have been
So
like
it pancaked them.
oof.
Yeah.
Oof. The scavenger's daughter. So, like, did they put their full body in it? Or
Yeah. You lay down on this platform and then...
so it's like a juicer, except for a body.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a human juicer.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Dahmer used one, probably.
More than likely. Well, no, I think he would want to keep some juices in there. Keep it.
Well, for
fresh.
slushies
Oh, okay.
and smoothies and milkshakes.
Gotcha. Ugh.
Compression from the Scavenger's Daughter was so intense it could apparently cause the victim to start bleeding from the nose, mouth, and other parts of the body.
I figured as much.
This gruesome form of torture would result in death.
I figured as much if it squished you.
Yeah.
Oof. And it was probably like the hand crank at the top.
It's the original IHOP
What?
pancake.
Oh. I was thinking of
Tis.
but you know the how they make paper?
Yeah.
Like they make the pulp and then they put it in the mesh.
I've never seen
Screen?
paper get made.
You've never seen homemade paper get made?
I know it comes from trees.
Oh.
I know the starting phase
Okay.
of paper.
Well, then maybe we can do a science experiment type thing and
Make a notebook.
make paper. Yeah, make our own notebook. I know how to do that.
Okay.
It's super easy.
Is this like some shit you got to go to like Michael's or Hobby
No.
Lobby for?
No, we can do it right here. Right now.
Well,
Like not right now
I'm drinking
because we're
right now.
drinking.
I can't.
But
right
I
now.
meant
I'm
like
drinking.
later on down the road.
You burp when you
I
talk.
did.
That's
I am
torture.
gassy as shit right now. But no, like you take this thing and you twist it and then it squeezes all the juice out of it and then the paper is dry.
That's
And you have homemade paper.
yeah, and that's I mean, okay, that's a fun project, I guess.
Not squeezing a person.
Well, human paper.
Human paper.
That's how they make tattoo practice
skins.
skins.
Oh yeah, they squish the people.
Yeah, that's what it's from. They use scavenger's daughter victims.
I want to know why they call it the scavenger's daughter.
I don't know.
I don't either.
There's got to be some reason behind the name.
Could be.
They didn't just sit at a table and go, this scavenger's daughter bitch over here. Hey, I have an idea. She's a whore. Put her in the pit.
You know what, though? Maybe she was a big girl and she squished
She wanted to be
feller.
Thin.
No, maybe she just squished a feller.
Could be.
And there's a dog.
Yeah. All that went together.
She's sitting on me. That's why I was thinking about that. It's because this fat dog is sitting on me. Anyway, so the next one is that I have is the breaking wheel.
Okay. Is that... Show me the photo.
There is no photo.
Is it that?
Yes.
I almost used this picture for the banner.
Yikes.
Yeah. I put our logo in the wheel.
Of course you did. Yes, that is it. So the breaking wheel is a torture device that appeared to be used more as a gruesome punishment with the aim to kill rather than to extract confessions or information.
Is that what Sauron landed on?
I mean, in his instance,
at the beginning of Return?
Yes. In his instance,
he landed
yes.
on
He wasn't
la, 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 la,
he
la.
wasn't like stretched and pulled.
He was impaled.
He was impaled, yes.
He had 2.
Yes.
Ouch. Probably where they got the idea from.
Probably.
Always stealing from Lord of the Rings.
Everybody's
so great.
I know, right?
Even before
it came out.
Electricity
Yeah.
in television was a thing.
So the wheel was a little more than the kind attached to wagons, but it had teeth or cogs embedded on its surface, which the terrified victim was placed and tied with their limbs resting in between the cogs. Using a hammer, the torturer would smash the victim's limbs over the wheel. The inevitable result after a prolonged period of agony for the victim that was once they were dead or barely alive. The wheel would be raised for spectators to see. Yikes.
So imagine that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Crack, crack, crack.
Just smashing you until you were jello.
Yeah.
An alternative use for the device was tying the prisoner to the outside of the wheel with their feet tied to the ground, and as the wheel was turned, the victim's restrained body would break, often resulting in instant death.
I mean, it sounds like it. Elaborate.
Got a crick in your back? Snap right in half.
It's before heating pads existed.
Oh, jeez.
Just put me on this and let's stretch it out.
That's the rack, too.
Yeah. Stretch it out.
Oh, the wheel, and then... oh, God, that would tear.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
It would split.
Ugh. Speaking of tear, did you know that the blood eagle's not a thing?
I'm sure somebody has done that before. Back in the day.
Well, they're saying it's not a thing.
Bullshit. I'm calling Flugelhorn on that.
There's a lot of people who are saying that that's not a thing.
Who?
Okay, let me name off 6,000 million people that has posted that that's not.
I mean,
real.
where did you hear?
A lot of my Norse, pagan, Viking groups that I'm in. People post it who don't know what they're talking about, come in and, oh, look at the blood eagle. And a lot of people are like, if you read the history books.
I feel like it was done. As brutal as they were.
I don't think so.
I really feel it.
They weren't brutal. The Vikings were not brutal. The Vikings were actually a very peaceful people. They were not the crazy man-bear pigs that everybody thinks they were.
Well.
When they had to fight, they fought.
Yeah.
But they weren't what people think that they were.
Associated with pillaging and all that stuff.
Yeah. They didn't really want to do that. But that's also getting into the religious aspect of it as well.
I don't know, I feel like back in the Middle Ages, though.
There is no way that
thought.
There is no way that you would live if they cut you.
No, it wasn't a form of torture. It was
yes,
a form
it was. No, it was a form of torture until you died.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you would die. That's instant death. I mean, look at it.
Exactly.
unless after they killed somebody, then they did it. Like,
But there's no proof that it happened.
oh, I know there's no proof. I'm just saying it's possible that it did.
There's proof here.
Yeah.
But there's no
But,
there's
like-
proof for all of these. Like, they actually have the devices.
But like, if
There's
you
no
really
proof.
want to send a message to your enemies,
Yeah.
like, let's do this.
Yeah.
I mean, it would
I just
fucking
wanted to bring that up, that's not a real...
it would scare the shit out of me.
Well, if we came home and somebody had a blood eagle
Well, no, I
in the
meant
front
like
yard.
back
I
then.
know,
Like,
I know.
if we were traveling with a group, just imagine though.
I know. You see it, you run away.
Yeah, like
I don't-
fuck
it's-
this. I am not going any further. Turn it around. We're going home.
I don't think it was real either. There's no way. Because they kept saying it was a way of torture. That's not torture if you're automatically dead if they cut you open.
I don't think it was torture. I think it was like, hey, we've already killed this guy, but
No, they're saying it's torture, though. That's what I'm saying. It's not...
No,
they're not, I know, but
I know.
people are saying...
no, I know.
So what's the next one you got?
It would just be fucked up to see that shit.
Yeah. So for those of you listening, the blood eagle, really quickly, is they cut you from the base of your neck all the way down to pretty much your butt crack, peel your skin off, break
Yeah.
all of the ribs, take your lungs out of your body,
It's wings.
and hang them out. No, the ribs are broken or supposed to look like wings
Yeah,
with your skin.
Because it's like,
Yeah, it looks
Ow.
like wings.
yeah.
And then your lungs are put outside of your body, and it's supposed to, you're supposed to like dry up in the sun or suffocate or, what have you with your, organs outside of your body at that point.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're going to get cut down your spine and your spine ripped out and your ribs broken and pulled out, it's not going to be a torture.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be a torture for like 30 seconds before you
Yeah.
die.
The cutting part is the torture, but once those ribs crack, nope,
You're done.
You're out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
game over. I'm going to go back in time and do it and rewrite history then. Because it's fucked up, and I kind of want to see it.
Are you a time traveler?
I could be.
Now, who are you going to choose to do that to then?
Well, there was no forensics back then, so I could just go there, do it, and head back here.
There would be no remorse or anything about who you grabbed to do that to.
If it was a bad person,
How would you know if it was a bad person?
I'll watch. I'll keep a watch out.
Joffrey.
Like, hey,
Joffrey.
they're chasing this guy, and they're shouting things at him. He's clearly did something bad.
Yeah, but what if he's innocent?
I don't know.
Joffrey. Go back in time and find
Yeah.
Joffrey.
I'm still some little rich kid.
Yeah.
Spoiled little bitch. And
Uh-huh.
hey, kid, no, can't do that. Hey, kid, come here. I got candy in my van. Me in the 1200s. The fuck is a van?
Get in my carriage.
What's candy?
Right.
I don't have teeth. I can't eat this.
I have wine.
I'm from the future. Smell the chloroform. You Prince Dick.
All you do is just go to the dungeon and...
How come Game of Thrones hasn't done that?
What?
The
Spread eagle?
spread eagle, or not the spread eagle. They've done a lot of that.
There's a lot of
A lot of that. The blood eagle.
I don't know.
That would have been cool to see.
I don't think it was in the right time frame because they were more of like the higher
There's
Victorian era. Like they were like hoity-toity. Like there was no like Viking stuff and
there's dragons though.
yeah, I know it's all made up,
Yeah.
but still.
There's
They
only
didn't
one
have that.
midget.
I mean, maybe the wildlings would have
The
done
wild-
that.
or-
I think they would
No,
have.
fuck that. The mountain does it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
That
that
would-
would.
If he did it, he might accidentally just rip it all apart.
Yeah,
Like
somebody's just bodies.
you gotta sew that back on, dude. You
before I can do anything.
ripped it all the way off. You can't do that. Here, try this guy.
Do it again. Try again.
If he did it to Tyrion, it'd be called the bleeding sparrow.
The blood
Or
sparrow.
the blood like mockingbird because it's a small
It's a
bird.
blood sparrow.
The blood raven.
No,
Or robin. The blood robin.
I think sparrow would be more fitting.
It's a small bird.
Yep.
Little bitty bird. The blood parakeet.
Oh God. The blood pigeon.
The blood pigeon. Woohoo.
Oh.
So this one's called the Pair of Anguish.
Oh.
The Pair of Anguish is a device that early modern Europeans labeled as a medieval torture device. Obviously, that's why it's on this list. Supposedly, a torturer would insert the device into the person's mouth, vagina, or assholes in order to widen the orifice. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So Hitler with the pineapple and Little Nicky.
It's a medieval spreader.
Oh my God, this sucks.
Yeah.
However, scholars have questioned whether these devices originated in the Middle Ages as a period that had ended around 1450. Existing examples of the so-called pair of anguish. God, fuck, this is the OG butt plug. Contained coiled springs, which suggests that the people who crafted them lived during the early modern period that followed the Middle Ages. These examples have an unclear provenance, and there are questions about how functional they actually would have been as an orifice widening toward. Oh my God! Fuck this. Turn around.
Stretch it out.
This is gonna hurt
Touch
me a
your
lot more than
toes.
it's gonna hurt you.
Touch your toes.
Oh my God! So the mouth, the vagine, or the buttholes.
And it would break your jaw.
Ooh.
Yep. I've
So
seen.
you get
I've
to
seen that one.
choose. I wonder, like, where do
No.
you want this?
No, probably depending on your crime.
Yeah, or how big is the pear?
It doesn't matter.
Like,
I'll make it fit.
let's do like
A normal pair.
a small, like a regular size pear.
Okay.
Shove the whole thing like ass in first in your mouth to break the teeth and jaw, maybe.
No, honey.
Well, I'm
Look,
sure
look,
it wasn't
look,
an
look,
actual
look,
pear.
look. They put it in your mouth, and then they had a crank, and it would go, and it
Ugh.
would stretch it.
Oh God! And put that in your butthole.
A car jack. Think of a car jack,
Yeah. Okay.
but in your mouth,
Nope.
or in your beehole,
Or in your cuckoo.
or in your hoo ha.
Your pink pocket and your stink rocket.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Whew.
All right, honey. You shouldn't have stole that apple.
Nope.
Now I'm gonna stretch your pussy.
No. Ugh.
Joke's on them. She's into it. This is kind of her thing.
Oh no! I have stolen an apple. I must have the pear.
Imagine she keeps calling the guy daddy while he's doing it. He's like, "Will you please stop?
This
Stop
is just
this.
awful.
Just pull out a knife, stab her in the head. She's making this weird. She has to stop."
What?
Or the guy.
I was gonna say the guy in
The first ever gay guy.
Oh my god! Totally try this out on me.
Daddy, keep doing this.
Ugh.
Sir, please don't.
Or a woman who talks too much, or a jabberjaw.
Stretch it more, please. Sir, please. You have to stop this.
You're making this awkward.
This is
Stop
not
looking
supposed
at
to be
me.
fun. You're ruining the day. People are watching me. You're embarrassing me.
The
Ooh. No.
yeah, that one's a little bit.
Ooh, that hurts my sphincter.
That's hurting my jaw. Like just thinking about the pops and the cracks, and then your jaw falling out.
Ugh.
Just
It's like when King Kong rips the T-Rex's jaw and he
Yep.
starts like flapping it.
yep.
The executioner. I'm sorry. He's flapping the dead guy's jaw.
Yep. So, my next torture, I think, is probably going to be the slowest and the most painful and the worst.
Okay.
What do you think it is?
You've
probably seen my phone open.
No. I was looking at the Titus poster.
Mm.
The slowest, but also the most painful.
Mm-hmm.
Did it take the longest one for death to happen? Just in case, is it the one where they? What is it? Dunking?
Well, dunking, yeah, that's one of them. But this one, I think, would be the worst.
What is it?
Rat torture.
Noonies.
Little noonie babies.
I could see them doing that to you, and you're like,
Yeah.
You're playing with
Yep.
them.
Oh, they're eating my insides. Are you hungry, baby?
I could see you doing that. Can I pick which one you guys are gonna do? Because they look precious.
The precious babies. They
Except-
can eat my insides.
These rats crawl around in shit.
Ours
Ew.
did too.
Well, people shit. Like
Oh,
everybody.
Yeah, everybody's, yeah. So the sadistic form of torture is the kind that signifies the worst excess of the human imagination and what it can be capable in the name of punishment. Whoo, this one. So the victim was bound to a table on their back as a rat was placed on the chest.
Yeah.
A bucket or a container made of metal or iron was placed over the rat, trapping it
And then what? They would heat it up, wouldn't they?
Then a fire would be placed on top of the bucket, and the rat would panic from the heat and try to escape. As the creature couldn't make its way out of the metal bucket, it would choose the softer option, frantically burrowing its way downward into the victim's chest.
In the belly.
In the chest. Because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
going straight for the heart as a slow death.
There-
And I will tell you, rat bites and rat claws are awful.
Have you ever seen any of the Transporter movies with Jason Statham?
No. But
In
he
the
does do it.
second or third one,
They do it.
they do that. They put the rat, but it's in a glass jar so everybody can watch the rat
Oof.
go in.
Oof.
They were at a bar or something, and a guy owed other guy a lot of money, and he didn't have it. So they're like, "All right, well, we're doing this." So they pull
put
a
it on his
rat.
belly?
They put it on his stomach. Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah, on his stomach. So the rat went in through the belly button, like
Yeah.
to give like the rat like a jump start.
Yeah.
So the
Oh,
rat,
they cut it open?
no,
Oh.
they just made sure that the rat was on where the belly button is on his stomach.
Yuck.
So it would be because it's more tender, I
Yeah.
guess.
Oh yeah, that's why. Yeah.
So it was easier for the rat to get out that way. Yeah,
And I bet he burrowed right out his butthole.
it didn't show
Oh.
that I
Oh.
remember,
Well, it might have went out the side too, trying to find a way out.
but yeah,
I'm telling you though, I mean, being scratched. I have pictures of. Remember when I used to bathe our rats
oh yeah,
and the blood and scratches that I would get on me because they were so fucking mortified.
oh yeah.
My hands, I've been bitten multiple times, and the rat bites, their teeth are so sharp but dull, it hurts.
Oh, they fucking hurt.
It's like it's not even a knife cut or a
Yeah.
box cut, or it's like if you take a fucking huge paper clip and poke yourself really hard with a big paper clip.
Yeah.
Fuck, that hurts.
I remember once I was giving Diggle a bath in the sink,
Mm-hmm.
and he bit my middle finger, and his teeth went in like where the nail and skin,
Right on
like
the
where
side,
you,
where
like
you
where
get a
you get,
hangnail?
yeah,
Yeah.
his teeth. Oh my god, I wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
I wanted to drown him in the
Think
sink so
about
fucking
that,
bad.
though. Think about that
Ugh.
on your chest or your stomach.
No dice.
Yep. Yep.
I'm sorry for my crimes.
Yep.
I won't do it again. I'll leave.
Yep.
You won't see me again. Just please, God. The bull looks nice. Let's do that.
Let me just roast. No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Speaking of the bull, do we want to do that one?
Sure, go right ahead. Is the
Oh.
bull on there? I thought the bull was more Greece, ancient Greece.
The brazen bull.
I thought that was more like earlier times.
They did this in the 6th century.
So
That's where
yeah,
that's where it started.
I was gonna say I didn't
But
think that they
it
pulled it through
lasted.
medieval times.
It lasted all the way until then. It was popular for a very long time. It actually for 500 years.
Oh,
It started in the 6th century, and it went on another 500 years until they stopped
Okay.
doing it.
yeah, because it was inhumane as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh God. Ugh. Buried alive and burning alive are my two no buenos.
What about drowning?
I can handle that.
No.
I can handle that more.
You think so?
I do. You know why?
Why?
One deep breath and it's over.
Just suck in the water. Just
I was actually taught that when I was a child from Jay. That was one good thing he taught me was if you're in a situation and you cannot survive, you're underwater, let all of the air out of your body that you possibly can and just take as deep of a breath in as quickly as possible and it'll all be over.
yeah. I mean that makes sense.
With burning, you can't kill yourself.
No. You're
You are literally cooking
yeah.
yourself.
It's a waiting game.
Yeah. Well, remember in there was a movie where a guy was burning and he kept smashing his head again. Was it The Boys that we just watched? I feel like it was that episode of The Boys where the guy was in the chamber, he was burning and he kept was he smashing his head?
I don't
No,
remember.
he touched his hand and it melted and then he exploded.
Yeah.
There's a movie where somebody is burning and they're like bashing their head against the wall, just trying to kill themselves
Yeah.
so they wouldn't be burning anymore.
I mean, that's a
Yeah,
way out for sure.
exactly. But you got to think though, with the brazen bull,
There's nothing to hit your head on.
no, because you are literally standing on super fucking hot metal.
Yeah.
Unless you jump high in the air and land head first and hope that works.
Well, the Brazen Bull, it wasn't big enough for you to stand up in.
Oh.
You could stand up, but you would have to be like crouched down.
Yeah.
Like even someone who's our height,
Yeah.
you can't stand up.
Nope. I'm good. Thank you.
They tried to get it. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Nope.
You're just smoked meat then.
Nope.
Ribs, backstrap.
Yep.
Your hams.
Yuck. I would
All of
hate
it.
to smell that. Human flesh is awful.
I would know.
You've been burnt.
My tootsies.
Your tootsies.
Yep.
Your footsie tootsies.
1993. What a summer.
You spent in a wheelchair.
In a wheelchair. I got to watch a lot of Batman cartoons though.
There you go.
So that was cool.
That was the plus.
Yeah. Yellow Wendy's and Batman all summer long at Mom's work.
Yellow Wendy's?
Yellow Wendy's.
Yellow Wendy's.
It was the best. I was watching the new season of That 90s Show.
Yeah.
There's Yellow Wendy's in
They
it.
have Yellow Wendy's?
They have Yellow Wendy's in
that's
it.
Awesome.
Matt Rife is in it.
Nice.
Yeah, he cameos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a pilot.
Oh. I kind of have to see it now.
Yeah. Or no, he's a stewardess. Or a steward.
A steward?
What do they call them in the 90s?
A steward?
Steward.
A flight attendant?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those two.
But he's in it. But no, there's Yellow Wendy's in it.
Awesome.
It was cool. Like, I want one.
Yellow Wendy's.
Where did they find the Yellow Wendy's cups?
They probably just made them. I don't know.
Yeah. But no, the
No.
bowl.
Ugh. I don't think Nope. I would be like, hey, can I just drown?
It was a Greek thing.
Yeah, I knew it was.
But yeah, that's Europe. That counts.
I guess.
All
Other
of the,
side of
It
Europe.
was in the middle of the ages.
It's the Middle Ages.
The ages were in the middle.
And it was medieval.
It was the best of times. It was the worst
Oh
of times. Yesteryear. The days of yore.
Days of
I don't
yore.
even know when that is.
I don't either. So this one is Das Boot.
Das Boot!
The boot.
It's not the fun Das Boot.
It's definitely not the fun Das.
This is the bad Das Boot.
This is the I don't want that Das Boot. I don't want to be the boot.
Do you imagine like knowing what you know now as a time traveler?
Uh-huh.
You better give her the Das Boot and you're like, "Oh, fuck yes. We're getting loaded." And then it's like, "No.
So, the boot. Oh, Jesus. So the principle of crushing bones and limbs was a popular form of torture in the medieval times, mainly because the devices used were simple to design and to make. The boot, or Spanish boot,
El Buto.
as... Oh, my God. That's not what it says.
Oh, okay.
Close.
El Buto.
El boot.
The Spanish boot, El Buto.
As it was sometimes called.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
It was called the Spanish boot.
It was called the Spanish boot. It's not, El
boot in
Buto.
Spanish. El Buto.
It sounds like...
Los Butos. Los Butos, mi amor.
Oh, Jesus.
That's Italian.
Yep. So it was like a rack for the legs, which would be planted in tightly fitted iron or wooden boots. Oh, God. The wooden wedges would then be inserted, and mallets or hammers would be used to drive the wedges in tighter, causing the breaking of bones in the victim's feet.
I want to play a game.
Oh, God. I have bad ankles, and that just absolutely kills me. Cause
It might
hurts so
fix
bad.
your bunions, though.
I tell the world.
You're not the only one.
No, but it's oh, God. Ugh.
Have you seen my feet?
I mean, I want to see how this works. Like, the wooden wedges, tightly fitted irons or wooden boots, wooden wedges would then be inserted, and mallets or hammers would be used to drive the wedges in tighter. So I'm guessing it would it maybe go up and down? Or would it be like a misery thing to where the wedges were put in the middle?
Describe it again one more time.
Okay, so it says it was a rack for the legs, which would be placed in a tightly fitted iron or wooden boots. Wooden wedges would then be inserted, and mallets or hammers would be used to drive the wedges in tighter, causing the breaking of bones in the victim's feet. So I'm thinking it's up and down. What is that? Is it perpendicular? Yeah, because horizontal. Vertical.
Yeah.
Vertical. This is horizontal. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have to think horizontal tango means
Do you know how I
That is-
remembered?
How?
There was an episode of Family Matters where Laura was crying and said her boyfriend wanted to do the horizontal polka.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like horizontal means.
That's
laying
how I
down.
always remember.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, horizontal
horizontal
because
polka.
that's missionary.
Right.
It was a sitcom, so you can't say fucking.
Right.
He wanted to do
So,
the horizontal polka.
It's vertical then.
Yeah,
Probably
vertical is
straight
straight up
in
and down.
next to them, and they're just hammering it down on top of it to make there no more room in the boot.
Right.
El Buto.
Also, think of a vert ramp. Up.
Okay.
Down.
You got one?
Yeah.
Because I've got 3 more.
What do you have?
All right. So my next one is, yeesh, flaying.
Filleting. Mm-hmm. All right, Aaron.
form-
I hope you're listening to this, buddy.
He is. So a form of torture with religious connotations, which goes back to Roman times. Flaying was used both as punishment and a means to slowly and cruelly kill a victim.
The Lord's backstrap.
Yuck. The Assyrians first used it around 883 to 859 BC, where its vicious practice is depicted in ancient carvings showing a victim's skin being stripped from the body using knives. We probably should put a warning at the beginning of this, but I think if people think medieval torture, they'll probably get it, so never mind. It continued to be practiced in the Middle Ages. Depending on how much skin was removed, would result in the victim either surviving or dying, usually from shock or critical loss of blood.
Yeah.
Now that's the ultimate scarification. You know how like people do the scarification with like the and they scratch.
I
scars?
remember back when Slayer was in its prime. And
Honestly,
people would
that
do
was
that.
really, really big back in like 2002 to like 2008.
It was a '90s thing. When
Was it a 90s thing?
Marilyn Manson's people,
Oh.
his fans, yeah.
The only scarification I've seen was this one girl I went to college with. Her name was Chelsea. Rest in peace, you beautiful queen. She had a bass clef on her shoulder, and it was a good like 6 to 8 inches long and about 4 inches wide, like a bass clef on her shoulder.
Did she carve it in herself, or did someone
No,
do it?
she actually had it professionally done.
Oh, people pay money for that?
Yeah,
Really?
specific tattoo parlors who are certified can do that.
Huh.
People go in and get like designs and shit where it looks like doilies, like like Meemaw's doilies that are on the table for Thanksgiving, and they're like lace and very intricate designs.
I don't know what a doily is.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
I've never heard the word doily before.
You've never heard doily and you're from the fucking South.
We might have called it something different. Describe it. Describe it.
I just did. Okay, here, let me try and... Okay, so in the communion plate at church where you take the bread?
Okay.
The little paper thing that goes in the bottom of it? That's all like lace looking, but it's paper?
Yeah.
That's a doily, but that's a paper doily. The doily. Yeah, so people have those designs like carved in their bodies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But filleting though? You'd have to be really good at cutting.
Doily, toil and troubly.
What the fuck?
That's not how...
That's not how that goes.
I know, but I tried to make it relatable.
You tried to make it fun.
I tried to
and you
make it
failed.
relatable. It's all just a bunch of hocus pocus.
That was a little better. But no, just think about it though. Like when you're cutting potatoes with a potato peeler
Yeah.
and it goes and you miss and you cut your finger?
I've never done that.
You've never cut your finger on a potato peeler?
No, because I hold the potato on the bottom
Yeah.
and I do the top and then I rotate and I hold it in
You've never
the...
cut yourself with a potato peeler.
No.
You son of a bitch.
No, because I'm
Now
not...
you're jinxed.
No, I'll never do it.
Okay.
Do you know how I know I'll never do it?
Because you're never going to cut potatoes again.
Not for your ass.
Yeah.
Can you peel these?
damn it,
The
nope.
fuck I... Nope.
Okay, you've cut yourself with a box cutter or a...
Well, obviously.
Well, you don't realize that you're cut until you're cut because it's such a sharp one. I wonder if they actually use...
No,
like,
I
rusty
know.
knives.
Once I get cut, I know.
Really?
Yeah, I can feel the sting.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Even when you cut your foot?
Which
ankle?
time?
With the hatchet in the backyard.
I watched it happen. Of
Okay.
course I knew.
Okay.
I watched that go
I thought
in.
you said, "Oh, what's this blood?" And you looked down, there was nothing.
No, not that cut.
Okay.
No, the one on my ankle, yeah, no, I watched that shit
Okay.
happen.
But think about that though. Like, did they use sharp knives? Did they use rusty knives?
I think if they really wanted to
Depending.
fuck with them, I think they were dull.
Dull and nasty.
Yeah.
God damn it. Oh God, no.
I have cut myself with a butter knife, though.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you do that?
Well, the jagged edge is up towards the top half.
Yeah, I've never cut myself with a butter knife.
Yeah.
Potato peeler, yes, I can see that. Butter knife?
I was a kid.
I was gonna say it takes a special person to
I
cut
was-
themselves with a butter knife.
I was doing some retarded shit, and
And it happened?
yeah.
I mean, that's you as a kid.
I was being a John Cena fan.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, what you got?
Well, I don't know if you have it on your list, but I do.
Try me.
It is one that's very popular. It's even been featured in several movies.
Is it the thumb screw?
Even Bill and Ted
No. What is
got
it?
excited when they heard about it.
What is it?
It's called the Iron Maiden.
Of course.
Yep. Everybody knows what the Iron Maiden is.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
It's a metal band,
The Iron Maiden.
right?
No way. That's my favorite scene in both Bill and Ted movies.
Iron Maiden was also featured in Johnny Depp's Sleepy Hollow.
Yes.
It was.
The band?
Yes. The band was
Bruce
featured.
Dickinson
Yeah.
was in. Oh,
yeah, he
shit.
totally was. We
He-
got to go back and watch it. So I
He
can show
cameoed
you.
in
He
it.
did.
He was the horseless
did.
headsman, or the headless one. I'm thinking of the Halloween Snickers commercial. You know the Halloween Snickers commercial? I was thinking of that. The horseless headsman. Here, have a Snickers. Oh, that's better.
No, he actually played Villager number 4.
Bruce Dickinson.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Greatest vocalist of all time.
yeah. Just kidding. So everybody knows what the Iron Maiden is. Can you tell us what it is?
Yes, it is a giant iron cabinet.
Yep.
Or a sarcophagi. Or a...
Sarkoff, that guy.
Yes. Gay. It has spikes in it.
Yep.
All front, back, sides, all around, head, everything.
Oh, you like piercings? Here, have a full body piercing.
And it's one of the most popular
Devices.
that's known today.
Yeah.
A torture device consisting of solid iron cabinet with hinged front and spike covered interior, sufficiently tall to enclose a human being.
It
While often popularly thought to have been used in the medieval... Oh, it wasn't. Oh, shit. The first story citing to the Iron Maiden were composed in the 19th century. So back in
Chip Chip Cheerio.
oh
Sweeney
no,
Todd.
1800s.
Yeah. Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Silver War.
The Silver War.
Silver War.
Arr, Davy Jones Silver. Long John Silver. Anyway, so it would pretty much just puncture your body and draw enough blood to drain you and
Yes.
kill you with bloodletting.
A lot of people think, though, that the spikes, once you're in it and it closes, they go
Into your
like,
organs.
It
and your
goes all the
body.
way
Yeah.
through. Like
It doesn't.
No.
No, it slowly kills you.
Yeah, it's enough just to. It's a bunch of pricks.
Yeah, it sounds like a Bleach Bros episode.
Well, it's 2 pricks.
Oh,
It's more like raunchy regret.
I was gonna say Raunchy Regret.
No,
That's a Raunchy Regret episode.
love you guys.
Love you.
It's
You
the
lost
Iron,
your train of thought.
they're the Iron Maiden of podcast. And that makes them sound cool.
Anyway,
But yeah, no, it would. The spikes would go in just enough to make you bleed.
Bleed.
But once you're in there, like they would latch it, and you're locked.
You're
in.
done. Yeah, it's over.
You're donezo.
Yep, it's over. All right, so the next one I have is the thumb screw.
Yeah, I saw that one. Go for it.
So I have 2 left. The thumb screw was used in the late medieval period and early modern Europe. The simple device was considered one of the most effective torture tools. Mechanically, it's more like a vice. Its a simple design consisted of 2 metal plates into which the victim's thumb was placed and the device tightened. Sometimes the device would have protruding studs on the interior, making crushing of bones all the more painful. Metal points would puncture the nails and skin, and its advantages to torturers that the thumb screws use rarely brought about death or caused the victim to pass out, thus prolonging the barbaric activity for long periods. And that is what it looks like.
That is actually featured in a famous horror franchise.
Saw?
Saw.
Yeah. But they also put like knuckles, thumbs, all the finger toes, sometimes toes.
The whole hand, even the whole foot.
Jesus Christ.
Both foots.
Nope. Couldn't do it.
No.
I'm out. I would tell you anything as soon as my hand touched it. I'd be like, okay,
Which
I did it.
which
I
Saw
took
movie?
the Limburg, baby.
Which Saw movie was it? Where the guy's on the table
Yeah.
and there's the guillotine going across, and it's
3?
like slowly going
it was
across
3.
his belly.
I think it was 3.
And he's got his hand.
Yeah, in it. Yeah. No, I think those were they were piercing his wrists.
No, they were crunching his
I thought
hands.
they were screwing down into his wrist to
He
bleed
had
him out.
he had to do something to like unlatch
Oh.
something, but it kept like
Yeah.
crunch his. Yeah.
So, my number 7 is dunking. Jesus.
You know what though?
What?
Doesn't sound that bad.
It doesn't
Because
until
you're in a chair.
Well, yeah. But they hold you under long enough
Yeah, where you're like on the brink of drowning,
and
but then they'll bring you back up.
and then you can catch your breath for a second and then bring you back down.
Yeah, you're out.
So
You're out more than, or you're in water longer
more,
than
yeah.
you're out.
So, dunking was mainly associated with the torture of alleged witches. Dunking was used more as a way of extracting a confession rather than killing. A victim was tied to a plank or bow, however you want to say it,
Spell it.
BOW. See?
Bow.
Bow or bow.
Bow.
Okay. And dunked headfirst into the water. Then pulled out on the point of drowning. Cucking. Nah.
Beta bitch.
It's called cucking.
Yeah.
Dunking in public places was also carried out as a form of humiliation. Wait, is that where they get the word from?
What, cucking?
Yeah.
No.
Because it was carried out as a form of humiliation. Dunking in public places was called cucking.
Yeah.
So
Well, back then, that's not what it means
I
now.
know, but now cucking means you get to watch your wife get dunked on by another
No,
man.
you don't get to. You have to.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Like if you're not good enough in the bed for her, this guy is, and you have to watch him do it. Whether you want to or not.
Some people are into that though.
Right.
Some men are into that, watching their wives.
They're dumb.
Anyway, a variety of versions were implemented, from the basic plank system to a chair that hung from a beam that was then lowered in like a seesaw into the water. Famously used during the Salem witch trials in America, the cruel practice was at its height during the witch hunts of 16th and 17th centuries in England. Replicas of ducking stools can still be seen in towns and villages across the country, such as Christchurch and Dorset.
Shocking.
Yeah. And last but not least, we've got coffin torture.
Okay.
Not to be confused with being buried alive or walled up. Walled up would be actually the worst.
What's walled up? Teach me.
So they put you in a stoned dungeon room, and they start building a wall around you, and you're sealed in.
Oh. So kind of like they're building your tomb around you, and you have to watch them do it.
Yeah.
Fuck that noise.
Yeah. Walled up.
Only do it to the colostra. God damn it. Have another drink, Mike. The claustrophobic.
No. From what I've read on Walled Up is that it drives them insane because they can't do anything
Yeah.
to stop this.
Now, with that, so you're chained to this wall, right? But they're building it.
No. Let's just say, okay, thinking Game of Thrones, when Tyrion was in the dungeon and his room was nothing but stone.
Yeah.
But there was that one door that he could go in and out of.
This one, okay.
So let's say
It's a doorless and windowless room.
right.
Okay.
That's it. Pitch black. And then they start building walls of rock around
Okay.
you. And you're done.
Do they do it over, like, spread it out over time, or is
They
it
could.
like...
It could drive you insane.
Well, no, I'm at the construction of it.
It just depends on how much they wanted to torture you in your mind.
Like, say they're doing it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's today we're gonna do like let's only build like 2 feet of it, and then we'll come back in a week. And
Because you have to sit there and think about this.
that's worse. Instead of doing it all in like one fall swoop,
Nope. They make
prolonging it.
I've read things where they take their time on it too.
like in a year,
Oh,
it
they
could be
just
done.
torture you.
It's
Yeah.
done in a year.
Yeah.
It'll take a year.
You know you're going to die.
See, the long game would suck way worse than just let's build this today and
Because it's the inevitable.
we'll be done by the end of the day. That's not as bad. The prolonged game is way worse.
They actually, I think they just found one to where they found a skeleton inside of one. I think it was a couple of years ago or recently.
I wonder what
And
he did.
They found like the rocks clawed.
Really?
Yeah, and like the bones of the fingers were broken because he was he went so insane that he was trying to claw his way out.
There was he had fingernail embedded into it from trying to scratch
Yeah, but
his
his
way
fingers
out.
were also broken to where he was trying to claw at it. Like when they found his skeleton and his fingers were broken to where he was trying to claw his way out.
That's way worse.
Yep. That's just an execution at that point. That's
Oh,
not
for
torture,
sure.
and that's not trying to get anything, a confession. So,
Unless you do confess, do they keep going with the wall? You know what I mean?
I mean, they could.
Like, hey, I've told you everything.
It doesn't
Can
matter.
Can I
Yeah,
go
cool.
now?
Thanks for giving me the, the lowdown on Mr. Ho Ho over here.
Yeah.
And,
Well, we've
guess what?
already
You're
got
done.
the
Yeah.
materials. We're just
Yeah,
gonna
we're gonna go ahead and do it anyway. Thank you for giving that to me.
fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yep.
that.
And I do believe they were on suicide watch too.
Why would you put someone on suicide watch?
Okay, if you knew you were going to be built
because
in,
no, we want you to stay alive for
Yeah.
this. You're not killing yourself.
exactly.
Fuck that.
Yep.
God damn.
Walled up is probably one of the worst ones.
Oh, 100%.
I'm thinking about it and I can't breathe. Ooh, I don't like.
Well,
this.
you're claustrophobic.
Yeah, I can't even think about caves. Like,
Yeah.
anyway, so back to coffin torture. God, I hate this so much. So, this is a very public torture consisting of a person being confined to a very small metal or wooden cage, which was then strung up to a hangman's gibbet or tree.
Yeah.
The bird-like cage was tight-fitting and shaped around the body like a suit. The effect of the metal close against the skin was painful.
I know this one.
Yeah. Coffin torture was used as punishment for alleged misdemeanors, such as blasphemy or insulting the monarch. It was made public so angry mobs could vent their wrath by throwing missiles at the victim, a.k.a. rotten fruit, rotten vegetables, and feces.
Well, none of those things would be hard to come by in the Middle Ages.
Exactly.
Just pick it up off the
and
ground.
Then you got to think about it. If it was also made out of metal, think about
Yeah.
the hot sun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This made the punishment both physically dangerous and emotionally traumatic.
Or if you had open wounds on your body already.
Yeah, you're done. Infection. dead.
And shit goes in? Nope.
Death usually came about through exposure to bitter temperatures or through lack of water.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yep.
Imagine having cuts or something,
Yep.
like even a knee scrape.
Well, see, they would also do that to people in the stockades.
Yeah. Like if you had an open wound and someone just picks up, because that's not
Or they
always.
shit in their hand and throw it.
Yeah. That's not just mud on the ground. Because back then, the only way if you took a dump at home, throw it out the window.
Exactly.
That's
Or-
why you couldn't drink water back in the middle. I couldn't survive the Middle Ages.
That's why they made wine, and that's why they made beer, and
Yeah.
that's why they drank alcohol, is
Yeah.
because it was clean.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that was
Yeah.
clean.
Because creeks and rivers and shit, lakes, all that water's got shit in it.
Yep.
That's the only place to put it.
I mean, if you think they had also those troughs that flowed from house or apartment to house, and that's where they would dump their chamber pots.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Gross.
I ain't living in the Middle Ages.
Middle Ages was the most unsanitary.
Ew, it was so
It was disgusting.
Everyone and 30 people our age, that's like people now in their 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Ew. No. Fuck off with all that
Yep.
noise.
That's why they had babies at 16, 17 years old.
Or younger.
Or younger. Yep.
Happy 30th, Grandpa.
Papa.
Yeah.
Peepaw.
Great Grandpa.
Great grandpa.
Well, I graduated 20 years ago. Fuck that.
I know, right?
Ugh. Medieval torture.
It is. That
It's-
was a really fun episode.
It's wild.
You learned some stuff.
I did. I think we both did.
I don't like the fact that it happened, but it could have happened to bad people, but it also happened to good people.
It's still happening now.
I know. but still.
Yeah.
Medieval torture, the devices that they came up with was really cool.
On paper. On paper.
I mean, scary.
Imagine what Jackass would have been like in the Middle Ages.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't give him ideas.
Yeah, dude. I'm Steve-O. This is the
Thumb screw.
Yeah, this is the thumb screw.
He'd get 2 cranks in and he...
Put Wee Man in the bowl. he
Him
could
and
stand
Preston.
up. Oh, God.
Him and
Or
Preston.
Preston
in
is
the
the
bowl.
bowl.
No, him and Preston in the bowl. There'd be no room to move.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Ugh, especially even
Melt.
just Preston.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Gross.
No. Hey, dude, I'm Steve-O. This is the Iron Maiden.
Nice.
Every time it's said, it gets played.
I said it like 4 times and you never played it, so.
Said what?
Iron Maiden. That's good.
All right.
That's good.
Well, call it.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining.
Let's go to Patreon.
It was super awesome.
It was ooper duper.
It was ooper duper. Young Frankenstein.
It's great. All right. Well, let's wrap this up. Folks, next week, we're going to try to put some kind of humor into it, but
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
we're going to Jonestown.
Oh, we should make Kool-Aid drinks.
They keep us alive.
Yes. I mean, not the real Jonestown Kool-Aid.
No, it's got to be purple Flavor Aid.
Oh, no. I'm
That's-
out. Never mind. I'm joking.
But it had cyanide in it.
Oh,
so.
okay. If
But
I
we'll-
have to drink the... that cyanide probably made it taste better.
No. Apparently, it was really bitter.
Purple Kool-Aid.
Not that there were any survivors to tell, but we'll get into more of that next week. You ready to do this?
Let's go.
Let's go to Patreon.
I gotta poop.
Well, then you know what you should do. You should take us out of here.
As always, thank you for joining us for this episode. Don't forget to check out our link tree at linktr.ee/Gray's Taproom Podcast 2. There you will find many ways to support us. Subscribe to our Patreon. 4 tiers are now available. Take a shot for $1, acquire a buzz for $3, get tipsy for $5, and fully loaded for $10. Don't forget to check out our ad-free Taproom Radio for some tasty jams.
Don't text and drive, don't drink and drive, and always drink responsibly.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Thanks for hanging out, and get home safe.
Taproom closed.